Hello and welcome to another league race. This one's around Saudi Arabia, round 3 of WOR T6. Last time out at Qatar we took the win, putting us third in the championship, just a few points behind the top two, I think 6 it was. This time out we're at Saudi Arabia, Jeddah street track, very difficult to nail. No margin for error. Any slip up put you in the barrier, so it's just about finishing the race. I think tier 1 had 9 people DNF, so yeah, a lot can go wrong. So into quali, we got 18 minutes of quali. We're going to get 3 laps in, same as last week. First one's a banker, put us on the board so that we can push for the second two. This is sector 1, it's fast and flowing, pretty much flat out, lift but one little lift by here, probably lifting too much there, which created the understeer. That's the end of sector 1, says purple on the track map, but I highly doubt that's correct. A lot of people to follow as well, so maybe it was. Long sweeping left-hander that we just done, these two nice wide chicanes, enjoyable. This next, well, it's not really a straight, slalom left and right into a left-right chicane. Again, got to get nice and close to that inside wall, can get closer than that, and we're swinging it out too wide. So not the best lap, but like I said, it just needs to be a banker. We need to get something on the board so that we can push on after that. Around the final bend, opening that up, getting as close to the wall again. Rusty there with a 27.2, and we topped that with a 26.8, but that's not going to be there for very long. Moving on to our second lap, 7 minutes to go in the session, and we are down in P9 with that first lap, so our teammate just ahead of us, he went past us, opening up the final corner to give us a higher top speed as we cross the line. Setting up for turn 1, want to be braking just after the 100 meter board, cutting in, really cutting that corner. Could probably cut it a bit more. Exit's important there, but keep a minimum speed through the 2 corners, and we're a tenth up. Braking just before the black board and carrying lots of speed and getting back on the accelerator as early as possible, and keeping a nice tidy line through all of these. If you touch any of those curves on the outside of the corners, you're going to, as a term all the other YouTubers use, turn into a skateboarder and grind it like a rail. Not quite hooking that corner up, could have maximised all of the inside and the outside of the track. I think, yeah, that's a lot better there. Well, 3/10 up anyway, so we're improving, that's the important thing. And we did get a pretty good last sector, but with track evolution, we should still gain. We lose a bit of time on entry there, but gain it back on the exit, so not too bad, not too much to worry. Final corner, just try not to bottle it. It is a really hard corner, not the tidiest again, and we actually lose a bit of time. And crossing the line for a 26.5, which puts us P5. Moving on to the third lap. Third and final lap this will be. Got a minute to go left in the session. We're P5. A little bit of an improvement would be great. Same again, opening up the corner and heading across the start finish line. See if we can hook this up. Yeah, we need to be cutting a bit more of that, and we get a better exit, as you can see by the delta time. 400s up, try and carry as much speed as possible, and we just have a bit of a hesitation on entry, which just compromises us throughout the whole corner, and that carries all the way through here. We get that okay, gain a bit of time back, but we're still down on the delta. 200s down. We weren't great here on the last lap, and we get it better, but we just get a snap of oversteer on the exit, and that basically took away all the benefit we had from getting it better. Completely messed that up. Missed the final exit, and once again we're bottling our last lap of quali, so I need to be doing a better job of this if I want to be putting it in the top 5, top 3 in quali. Yeah, and that's just a complete mess. Yeah, the lap's over. So yeah, as we cross the line, means nothing. Stay 6th, obviously, as you can hear. I know it myself, and we end up in P9, 4/10 off pole. Alex, ETA Alex is rapid, and there's a few new guys in this race. Boris is new, there's a Red Bull that's new, and yeah, so there's the standings from before this race, and we are 6 points behind the top 2. Medium hard strap. I think medium so that we don't get overtaken by any soft runners if they're behind us, and it puts us on a good tyre towards the end. So moving on to the race now, P9, we just need to keep it clean in lap 1. Get an okay launch, no one's flying past us, just holding our own, making sure that we don't make any contact. There is a bit of contact there, and so we're ahead of the Williams here, and we hold it, and I just go off track a bit, but we were ahead, so we're not really gaining an advantage. We're not overtaking him by going off the track. I was just really trying to keep out of contact. Yeah, it's quite a hard sector. I wasn't sure at the time if it was illegal what I'd done, but he didn't seem like he was desperate to get past. I was thinking, shall I let him pass? But looking back at it, I was already ahead, so yeah, no harm, no foul. So yeah, that's first 2 sectors of lap 1, and we've still got our front wing, so a good race needs to be made from here on out now. Trying to get these first corners right, it's just all about management, tyre management, ERS management for the whole race. With this track does come incidents, and you are going to see that throughout the next 25 laps. Well, you're not going to see half of them because of safety cars. So yeah, moving on to the second lap, and we do have Kanga Khan, who is ahead of us in the championship by 6 points, so it's quite vital that we keep him behind and just outscore him today. Just leaving him the space on the inside there, but I'm happy if his wheels have to touch the curb because it's going to compromise his exit. Moving on to the end of lap 2, lap 3, and DRS is now enabled. We've got Kanga Khan still behind us, and the Aston in front. So with DRS enabled now, it was just a train, there wasn't much going on. Now we can possibly push forward. This is when we can start attacking if we feel like we have more pace. With a hard runner in 6th place, Casper, really we need to be getting past him, because at the moment he might be the bottle in the train, or it looks like there's a Ferrari in front that is the actual bottle in the chain. But yeah, moving on to the back section of the track, and this is where the overtaking is done, as well as down into T1. Hooking up those corners pretty decently. So opening up DRS for the first time this race, and can we make any moves? Another DRS detection zone just by there, and we're putting on the ERS and opening the DRS, trying to make our first move of the race. Turning the ERS off straight away because I knew he was burning. I thought maybe we could get him without using too much ERS, and I think that's a lesson learned from this race is I think I try and save too much ERS a lot. If I'd burnt more, I would have been ahead during that safety car, but hey, everything's easy with hindsight. So the first safety car of the race, not exactly sure what that come from, but there are penalties to come after this race, which I'll explain later. Moving on to the end of that lap into the safety car, and I decided to box. Reason for it, I just thought hards can go to the end, so if there's no more safety cars, I'm in a good position. If there's another safety car and other people box, then I'm going to jump them. So it didn't seem a bad idea to do this at the time, and we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 others boxed, not that many. As you can see on the track map, everybody really stayed out. So yeah, I think a lot of strategies could have worked on here, because it's really just about being on the right tyre at the end of the race, and we get a lot more opportunities to change tyres. So moving on to the end of the safety car, and I'm just giving a gap. Boris there is going side by side with the Ferrari, which you're not supposed to do. It's written in the rule book in WOR and in the FIA in Formula 1. And we're sending it just up the inside of that Ferrari, see if we can follow Boris through, because he has a lot of pace and he's on the same strat as me right now. But we don't quite get that move done on Kurja. Just showing our nose there, he does go wide, so he's probably picked up a warning there, and I'm looking for the gap, but yeah, it's just silly to go for anything like that. Again, just making sure you don't ride those curbs, because honestly, you will go to the back of the grid if my wheels, outside wheels, go there. Just looking at the inside of the Ferrari and pulling the move off. So that's one. First overtake of the race comes lap 7 with 3 laps behind the safety car. And now we have, I can't quite see that name, Verheyen, and he 6 it straight in the wall. You can hear I'm annoyed, but then I instantly think, well, that's why I boxed earlier for that. And we go from 12th here with people in the box under the safety car. We go from 12th to 5th. So that's 7 positions for free. Thank you very much. Happy to take those positions for nothing. So moving on to the end of the second safety car. So we've had 3 laps of racing in the first 9. And 1 lap of DRS. So a bit of a mess, bit of a shambles, but we're in P5. Again, Boris going side by side with a car. Don't know why. I'm not sure if he's read the rule book, but whatever. Just warming up the tyres, I'm not under threat, not under pressure, getting the surface up. Showing Boris that I'm not going to attack, so that we can just go single file through here. Because it's always nice to not go 2 by 2 and let people get away. And yeah, Boris is hounding the back of the Mercedes. I don't know if they're like trying to put him off. Yeah. But sometimes you need to know how big your gap is, because Boris has just ran straight into the side of him, and I pounce, I take, and I did attack. I did overtake under yellows there, but as I went to go and give the move back, as it gave me the countdown, the safety car come out and wouldn't allow me. So my intentions was to give it back. I just had no opportunity to. In real racing, I would have been allowed to have made that move, because the yellow flags wouldn't have even been out yet. So yeah, moving on to the end of lap 12, third safety car, and not the final one.
We can't change.
Yeah.
It's changing speed.
Yeah, that Aston like accelerated out the corner and then stopped again, and that's good. That could cause some big crashes behind us, because I can see him and I've been braking, but everyone else might have just floored it. So yeah, comfortably in second here. So far the race is going smooth, and the Aston Martin behind us, Daniel, has just punched his way through. Don't know if the 2 Astons have communications with each other to tell them when they're going to put his foot down, but the Astons had a great restart behind me there, making up a position. We've held our own in P2, which is always a great position to be in on the F1 game. moving towards the end of sector 1. And we've got that Aston on the mediums hounding us, so we've got 5-6 laps old hards, but we've only done 2 laps racing on them, so they're still in good nick. Just a case of really staying P2, and with him pressuring me like this, I'm having to close the gap, and yeah, we get these 2 corners right, and he's right on me, so I think, right, I'm gonna go for P1, because if I get overtaken then I'll still be P2. So we go for the move here, and I can see the Aston in the mirror just send it up the inside, and I thought, oh, I've gone wide here, and then another safety car. I've got no wing, I need to get across the pit lane. Yeah, so that was a shambles. Obviously in the race, had no idea what the hell happened, but luckily the safety car's out, that's helped us. So here I had 2 seconds to choose what I wanted to do, and I opted for softs. I thought, right, there's 11 laps left, we're going to have 2 under safety car, which actually ended up being 1, unfortunately. But I thought, making up positions early, that's what I'm going to need to do, because I'm not in a good position in the race. It's been a roller coaster. So yeah, moving on to the end of this safety car lap, with that crash that happened earlier, we were actually almost 4 wide going into the final corner, and the Red Bull didn't realise we were 3 wide, and he stormed out the corner like there was only 1 person on the outside, when in fact there was 2. He does pick up a penalty for that, but I think he's also out the race, or he comes near last. So yeah, safety car restart, and we've got a medium runner with 5 seconds. We're going to creep up the inside, and we've got someone on the inside. I run a bit deep, I give him the space on the outside, but we get the better traction with the fresher, softer compound. And just holding it here, this is what we call good racing, leaving each other space, and that's how you have fun, racing clean. Yeah, obviously we have the way better tyres on. That car up front obviously went skating, hence why he was out wide. And we're just going to look up the inside of the Ferrari, initially brake a bit earlier so that we can just carry a higher minimum speed around the tighter part of the track. And if you look behind me now, I've got a Ferrari and a Mercedes fighting, and they decide to actually hit me.
Just been hit.
And it's a shambles, the whole track. I think, so we went from P16, was it? And we're now P9. So it's going well. The Williams behind me thinking about a move, but knows better of it, seeing as it would have been a complete disaster. Sending up the inside of that corner. Putting some pressure on the Red Bull. And we look down the inside, yeah, brake later than him. And he gives us a little tap there. I'm not sure why. And he's burning a lot of his ERS to try and stay ahead of me. Another tap, another hit into me. Not exactly sure why. So we brake late, and he brakes later, but he holds it around the outside, which is fair play to him. Great racing. We go for the switchback, and can we pull it off? We're gonna have to brake nice and late here, and we think better off it. We would have been pushed out wide and probably been overtaken by Matex behind us. But yeah, that Red Bull ahead, that's the Red Bull that caused the collision at the start of the last safety car. And if you watch in a minute, he's going to cause another collision. So yeah, on the softs, first place is gone. That is Alex, ET8 Alex. And then I think that is an Alpine in second, if I'm not wrong, my teammate. So yeah, we still have a lot more positions we need to find nice and early before these tyres run out. And they will run out, 70% they're already on. I'm getting hounded from the back here, but I'm just not using my ERS because I know that my tyres are going to bring me closer in the corners, so let other people use their ERS. And then I'll hopefully use it when theirs are all empty. A lot of cars up front. If you just watch ahead, that Red Bull again, I don't know, I have no idea
How have I avoided that?
what he's done there, but I'm so lucky to not have run into the back of him. It looked as if he just turned into him into the wall. I could be wrong, could be a glitch, but from my point of view, that's a pretty weird incident. Yeah, so there's a battle up ahead, 3-car battle. So yeah, as you can see, look, we've caught straight back up to them under the corners, so just burning ERS on the straight would have done absolutely nothing. Looks like the guy in front is on some older mediums by the looks of it. Just show our nose, see if we can make him go wide, but no, he takes a nice line through there. So we would try a move later on in the lap. So yeah, lap 18 of 25, and we're now in 7th. He gets a little oversteer moment, so yeah, we take that position. Don't have to ask me twice. And are they going side by side there at such a weird moment as we almost get taken out from behind. That guy on the mediums, yeah, I don't know what he done. Missed his braking point, must have. So we got Casper and Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is our championship rival, one of, and we make the moves on him. And this is smart racing by Kangaskhan and Casper, not fighting me. They're going to use me to catch up to the people ahead, which is, you know, what some other people should try and learn. Yeah, flicking the back end out there to get the move done. Yeah, clinical move. We needed that. We're now 2.2 seconds away from 3rd place. So from 15th to 4 in, I don't know how many laps. 4 laps maybe. But yeah, the race is going well. Let's see if we can bring this gap down. 2 seconds. As you can see, just through one corner we catch up 2/10, and that's just the power of the tyres at the moment. But a little tap on the wall there. They do not have that kind of pace over the mediums for too long though. 24% on the rear, 25% on the rear right. That's me checking to see if I had damage. As you can hear, no safety car on that. On that occasion, thank God. I don't think a safety car would have been good at this time. Moving on to the end of lap 20, and we're 1.3 seconds ahead, so we'll be in DRS next lap. And Alu is pressuring Casper behind us. We're braking. That Mercedes was way too close for my liking, and we get distracted and just put the power down too early and lose the rear. That's allowed Casper to get past and really halted our progression in this race, because we would have been in DRS and we would have had protection from Casper on the next lap, and now we've got to work hard to get past him, and he hasn't. He's almost breaking out of DRS, and we've got Kangaskhan on our case. Hooking up these 2 first corners. Don't really want to be touching on that inside because it does compromise your traction on the exit. But yeah, as you can see, just dropping out of Casper's DRS, and I'm not in a good position ERS wise. So really Kangaskhan coming past right now is looking likely. I'm burning here. I wish I didn't, because I should have thought the mediums are going to be a lot better right now. So it almost seems inevitable that I wasn't going to get the DRS on Casper, and Kangaskhan is going to be coming past. But looking ahead now, we get a better exit here, and we're only a 10th away, so I do decide to burn it, which fair enough, as it's on a straight and there's another DRS detection zone coming up just here. And it looked as if we were in.
How have we not got DRS?
And I don't have DRS, and as I crossed the line it was just ahead, but it was decreasing, so the number was increasing, sorry, so maybe I didn't have it, but the game couldn't show that. Kangaskhan showing his nose up the inside. I'm not fighting this. I can't remember if I just burned DRS, but well, it seems I am fighting it. Oh no, I was just burning from the defense of Matex, and we're holding it around the outside because I really don't want to lose to Matex as well as Kangaskhan. And we've now got Rusty right behind us. that makes a great move on Matex. I'm not sure actually if he cut him off on the apex of turn 2. But yeah, now we need to push. We need to push these softs, and they are dead. There is no rubber left on them. Moving on to the final lap now, and we're in P6. There's a 3-second penalty ahead of us, and we're 1 second within that 3 seconds. So that's a position that we could gain right there. So we just need to keep the DRS, keep defense, and keep Rusty behind for a P5, a net P5 before penalties, which I'll go through at the end of the race. And we mess up this corner, which is vital, and Rusty's having a look at us, and I'm pretty sure Rusty's not got any battery. We defend the inside, make him go the long way. I'm still looking at that delta for the guy with the penalty, and we're looking okay for it. I could have broke later, but with no rubber, I just didn't want to cause an incident, ruin Rusty's race, ruin my race, live to fight another day. And that is P6, P7 on track, P6 after that penalty. And these are the standings before the penalties are given out. And I can in fact tell you that Boris and Casper both got penalties that's going to drop them behind me. So I do in fact move up to P4, but that means Kanga Kong is going to move up to P2. So he's actually going to gain on me more in the championship, but we are going to pull away from Alu a slight bit more. Yeah, 2 reserves at the top of the championship. Me and Kanga Khan are both racing in Spain. Yeah, so moving on to the next round. Keeping in the hunt for the championship. Thank you again for watching.